This week we move into medieval art. So we're moving from the East, from the Byzantine, from Islam, back into the West, looking at medieval. This is really the period from beginning with the fall of Rome around 476. And again, Rome really gets broken up. This is going to create the current modern state. So this is roughly a map at the fall of Rome, and you'll recognize some of them. The Franks, who will become the French once they move a little bit off to the side. The Anglo-Saxons and the Britons should stand out. This is where we start getting those ideas. Now, life in the medieval is going to be a slow decline. You would have noticed that your quality of life had been going downhill, but you're not quite collecting muck yet. We will get there. Life is going to be harsh in general. You're probably going to center your life on religion, specifically on Christianity, because most of Europe is going to be Christian as we enter into the medieval, especially once we get past the very earliest times of the medieval. And Christianity doesn't spread in an even way. There is this mix of Christianity and paganism, especially in places like Germany and France. It's where we get these mixed traditions around Easter, around Christmas and other things, where we have both pagan and Christian coming together. In general, it's a harsh life, but they probably have a relatively similar life expectancy, assuming they made it to the age of 10, than we would today. Obviously, about 50% of people will die before the age of 10, but if you make it to the age of 10, you probably would make it to, say, 55, 60. Those numbers, those statistics are thrown off by infant mortality, much as a 0 throws your grade off in the grade book. And in terms of literacy, it is pretty much unknown across Europe. Unless you're a monk, you probably aren't literate, and many of them aren't truly literate. They know enough to be able to copy down what is said, but they may not actually understand the content. They may not have any real comprehension. Reading at this time even changes. So as we see the development of the Codex, what you see initially are lines of text that seem to run together. There's no spacing between words because it was meant to be read out loud. And so that spacing isn't as important. As we move through time here, what you're going to see is that spacing develops. People start to read, but it's, again, only the educated, the very upper class. Some of them, some rulers, many of them are illiterate. Some monks will be literate, but not a lot. So we probably have 5 to 10% literacy rates. It's probably much lower than what you would expect today.